Hello, welcome to the English news program on Azərbaycan Televiziya. I'm Ilham. According to the press service of President on December 27, President of Azerbaijan, Ilham, made a phone call to President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev. The heads of state expressed their condolences to each other and to the families of those who lost their lives in the crash of the aircraft carrying citizens of both Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan, wishing a speedy recovery to the injured. First President Ilham personally thanked the President of Kazakhstan for the ongoing rescue operations. The head of state praised the swift actions of Kazakhstan's rescuers, who took immediate measures and played an active role in saving the injured passengers. At the same time, the Azerbaijani president also expressed gratitude to Kazakhstan's medical personnel for their professional care and attention to the injured, noting that most of the wounded have already returned to Azerbaijan, with some still receiving treatment in Kazakhstan. Furthermore, the President of Azerbaijan noted the solidarity shown by the ordinary citizens of Kazakhstan, emphasizing that their support was another indication of the strong bond between the two brotherly and friendly nations, which is highly valued by the Azerbaijani public. In turn, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev pointed out that following the crash, a special commission had been established under his instructions to investigate the incident, and representatives of the Embraer company had already arrived in Kazakhstan and are actively participating in the investigation. During the phone conversation, the two leaders exchanged views on the progress of the investigation, assuring each other that the causes of the crash would be fully examined in the ongoing inquiry. The investigation of the crash of Azal airliner in Aktau continues. Two Embraer employees are currently in Aktau. Minister of Digital Development and Transport Rashad Nabiyev reported. He underlined that the company is also carrying out its own investigation.
Following the inspection of the remains of the aircraft as well as witness testimonies, we came to the following conclusion. As you know, two of the flight attendants survived the crash and are already in Baku. According to their testimonies, when the plane was in the air over Grozny, 3 explosions outside of the airplane took place, and something hit the plane. From the very first hours of the incident, the mass media circulated the news about the collision of the plane with a flock of birds. However, the preliminary conclusions of the experts in the rubbles of the aircraft and witness testimonies suggest that external interference was involved, and now we are figuring out what type of interference that was and what kind of weapon was used. The investigation will clarify this matter. For the time being, the preliminary version of the Azerbaijani side is that there was external interference for sure. Our investigation group as well as aviation experts will investigate what kind of weapon caused the interference. Azerbaijan, using its right, engaged international experts to the investigation. 2 specialists from the Embraer are on site and part of the investigation team. Additionally, 3 more experts from the Aviation Agency of Brazil will be at the scene tomorrow. I'm sure they will investigate the cause of the crash and will come to the unanimous conclusion. I would like to underline again that our conclusion is that the crew lost control over the plane because of external interference.
Zulfigar Asadov, a crew member of the crashed Azal passenger plane, which was flying en route Baku-Grozny, gave an exclusive interview to AzTV. He shared the details of how the plane crashed.
After the third impact, the plane started shaking. The captain and the second pilot, continuing to operate the plane, tried to land it far away from the buildings. First, the captain decided to land the plane on the water, but then changed his mind because it would have been lethally dangerous and there would have been no survivors. Knowing that landing on the ground would be rough, the captain started to lower the plane. Together with the second pilot, knowing that they could not have survived this, they landed the plane on the ground. As a result of a strong impact, when the plane hit the ground, the front part of the plane started burning and was torn apart. The rear part of the plane was moving non-stop. What we have experienced is indescribable.
Azerbaijan Airlines flight number J28717, which was en route from Baku to Mineralny Vody, returned without entering the Baku airspace immediately after receiving an autumn notification about the closure of the airspace. This information was communicated by Azal. Azerbaijan Airlines has announced the suspension of flights to several Russian cities. This decision follows the preliminary investigation into the crash of the Embraer 190 aircraft and the potential risks to flight safety. The Azerbaijan State Civil Aviation Agency has announced that flights from Baku to the airports of Mineralny Vody, Sochi, Volgograd, Ufa, Samara, Grozny and Makhachkala will be suspended as of December 28 until the completion of the final investigation. It should be noted that on December 25, Azal decided to suspend flights from Baku to Grozny and Makhachkala. For safety reasons, it was decided to suspend flights of other airlines for the above-mentioned destinations. In light of the current circumstances, passengers with tickets to these destinations are entitled to a full refund or a free replacement. At the same time, the airline will continue to operate flights to Moscow, St. Petersburg, Ekaterinburg, Astrakhan, Kazan and Novosibirsk in accordance with all flight safety requirements and rules. A temporary ban on the movement of aircraft has been imposed at 7 Russian airports. This information was reported by Russian agencies and Telegram channels. The restrictions affected the operations of Sochi, Kazan, Astrakhan, Volgograd, Samara, Grozny and Makhachkala airports. This decision is linked to the recent drone attacks on Russian military infrastructure by the Ukrainian army. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, 13 drones were shot down in the Bryansk, Kursk, Belgorod, Tula and Astrakhan regions during the night. On the previous day, Moscow airports were also closed due to the threat of a drone attack. The special quarantine regime has been extended in Azerbaijan. Prime Minister Aliyev has signed a decree extending the special quarantine regime in the country until 1 April next year. Previously, the special quarantine regime covered the period until 1 January 2025. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us. Stay well.